Very good morning, students. This is the video number 6 of the chapter 2, end of the bipolarities, right? And the content of this today's is tension and conflict in former Soviet Republic. Means after the collapse of Soviet Unions, what we just know about what were the conflict in Soviet Unions, right? There were tension and conflict in most of former Soviet Republic, means those which were the part of the Soviet republics. They have some conflict about the ideology, the systems, the institutions, and it lead them civil war and insurgency, right? In Russia, two republics, Chechnya and Dagestans, have had violence secessionist movement, means they start the secessionist movement, right? And in Russian republics, because these Chechnya and Dagestans have had the part of the Russia, right? Tajikistan's witnessed a civil war for almost 10 years till 2001. The region had many sectarian conflict. In the Soviet republics, former Soviet republics, there are the several tensions, right? Here this area, one is a tension area is Chechnya and Dagestans, and it had the violent secessionist movement. Tajikistan witnessed a civil war. 10 years, Central Asia to become a zone of competitions, means the Russia came in belong to the Central Asia. This is the part of the Central Asia, and it is a zone of competition between the outside power and oil companies, because this country have some natural resources, and some outsiders want to needs some energies, and that they have the competitions with these countries, right? And Czechoslovakia was divided into two, the Czech and Slovakians, thus forming independent countries. So there was big conflict in the former Soviet republics. Yugoslavia broke apart with several provinces: Croatia, Slovenia, and Bosnia Herzegovina, declaring independence. So these are the tension and conflict in former Soviet republics, right? Which suffered the life of the peoples due to the conflict of ideology and secessionist movements, right? And in control over the natural resources, right? And now India and post-communist countries. So in this content we have understand what was the India relation with this communist country. India maintained a cordial relationship with all post-communist countries, means those which were the part of the Soviet Unions. India still maintains the friendly relation with those countries. The strongest relation of India is still with Russia. So we have peace and friendly relation in Russia since 1971, when we have signed on peace and friendship treaty for 20 years, right? Indo-Russian relation is an important aspect of foreign policy, because India need to counter the some countries like China and Pakistan make the exist in these regions. So India need to maintain a good relation such a powerful country, that was Russia. And we have the multi-visions of multipolar world's order. India got benefit from Russia, right? Many times like Kashmir issue, and we have also got energy supply access to Central Asia, balancing its relation with China also, and in space programs, right? In moon missions, many missions, and in field of the science and technology, we took the help from the Russia in many times, right? Russia stand to benefit from the relationship because India is the second largest R market for Russia. There is not only the India had the vested interest, because Russia have the also the benefit to make good relation with India, because they can supply their arms and some weapons to India, and India is the big market for Russia, and collaborated over many scientific projects. Russia started in India many scientific projects. They built some dams in our countries, right? And this is the India relation with post-communist countries. We have also good relation with those countries which break away from Russia. So this is our relation with India and post-communist countries. And now come to the fact that matter. The socialist revolution in Russia in 1970 gave birth to USSR, right? And inspiration of socialism ensure minimum standard of living for all its citizens and also government subsidy. Russia was the only republic among 15 republics who dominate everything and people in region. Soviet Union lag behind the West in technology, infrastructure, right? I have already explained you. And invention of Afghanistan in 1960 weakened the system of furthermore. Mikhail Gorbachev, General Secretary of Communist Party of Soviet Union, initiated the policy of economic and political reforms to democratize the system, which were opposed the leaders within the Communist Party and contradictory view of people. The people of Republic had been fed up with the old style rule of Soviet bloc, and in this 19 under the leadership of Boris Yeltsin, an elected leader, Russia, Ukraine and Baltic declared themselves independents. The formation of Commonwealth of Independent States (CIS) came as a surprise, and exclusion of these states were revolved by making them founder of member of CIS. Russia was accepted as successor state Soviet Union by inheriting a Soviet seat in UN Security Council, who accepted all international treaties and commitment of Soviet Union and carried out some nuclear disarmament measure with US. Now Soviet Union had been disintegrated on the ground to maintain nuclear and military arsenal, awareness of people of their backwardness, then Western capitalism, as well as alienation of ordinary people who were exempted from any kind of privileges. The rise of nationalism and desire for sovereignty with republic like Russia and the Baltic Republic. The Baltic some Baltic Republic are Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. Ukraine, Georgia and other proved to be the most immediate cause for disintegration of USSR. Disintegration of USSR resulted into the end of the Cold War, and confrontation created dominant capitalism system, emerged many new states, and the advantage was taken by the Central Asian country of their. I just revising this, right, in fast way. The process of transition from an authoritarian socialist system to democratic capitalist system in Russia, Central Asia and East Europe was induced by World Bank and IMF. That is the shock therapy. Shock therapy involved privatization of property, private, right, emergency and complete which switch over free trade and foreign direct investment, financial opening, currency converting, as well as breakup of existing trade alliance among the countries of Soviet bloc to maintain relations directly with the West. So you can understand this. All things are Russia revived the 2000 due to the export of natural resources. There are many things here. I have already explained you, and what that matters. Soviet system was introduced after. We have already explained what that matters. Timelines I have also explained you. 1985, 1980 independent movement began in Lithuania, later spread Estonia and Latvia. This is the Baltic nations. October 1989, Soviet Union declared that Warsaw Pact members were free to decide their own futures, right? And Berlin Wall fall in November 1998. Gorbachev stripped the Soviet Communist Party of its 72 years long monopoly on power by calling on the Soviet Parliament Duma to permit multi-party politics. 1990, Lithuania became first of the 15 Soviet republic to declare its independence. That was the Lithuania, the first nations. June 1990, Russia Parliament declared their independence from the Soviet Union. 1991, Yeltsin no longer in the Communist Party and became the president of Russia. August 91, the Communist Party hardliner staged an abortive coup against Gorbachev. So 1991, three Baltic republics, Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania become UN members, right? Later joined NATO in March 2004. December 1991, Russia, Belarus and Ukraine decided to annul the 19 treaty on the creation of the USSR and establish the Commonwealth of Independent CIS, which established the CIS, Russia, Belarus and Ukraine. Armenia, Azerbaijan, Moldova, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan joined the CIS. CIS means Commonwealth of Independent States. Russia took once USSR seat in United Nations. 25 December 1991, Gorbachev resigned as the president of Soviet Union. The end of Soviet Union. Have a good day. And now, thank for watching this video and subscribe my channel for futures.